Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Garden of Sports Fantasy Basketball Podcast. I'm your host, Jake Gardner, alongside my co-host, Zach Gardner.
What's up, everybody?
And we have special guest Zach Sills on the episode today.
Hello, everyone. Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah, no problem. And today we're going to do a mock draft for you guys. So we're going to do a pro 12-team head-to-head points mock. And the way we play points, if anybody didn't know that listens to the podcast, is the custom points released by the NBA, where it's 1 point per point, 1.3 for rebounds, 1.5 for assists, 3 for blocks, 3 for steals, and -1 for a missed shot. So pretty standard, and we're going to be drafting according to that. And if you can see Zach's screen, if you're on YouTube, he is. We're about to join. So anybody you guys are interested in this year? Like very interested? Little sleeper preview.
Not particularly. I kind of want to see how they have the rankings laid out, because I really haven't. This is going to be interesting for me because I haven't really looked into like the rankings so far just yet. So this is going to be kind of like my first kind of time diving into this.
For sure. Yeah, Zach is more, he runs the hockey side, so he preps all the hockey episodes, and I do all the basketball side, so I'm a little more knowing here, and so is Zach Sills, I guess, on basketball.
Yeah, I'm just interested to hear a lot more what you two have to say for basketball today.
It doesn't matter because Zach Gardner won last year.
Yeah, I listened to this awesome podcast called the Garden of Sports Fantasy Basketball Podcast. Jake Gardner does a great job. Gave me some great advice. So yeah,
I do a great job. Great job fucking myself and helping you to win. That's what I'm here for.
Because you'd be going over like sleeper guys every episode, and as you're talking about them, I'm picking them up for my team. So it just worked out.
Yeah, I do remember that. But hey, we know what we signed up for.
We do at the Garden of Sports.
It's the same thing in hockey.
Yeah, pretty much.
But one player I'm excited for is Devin Vassell on the Spurs. DeJounte Murray had one of the highest usage rates in the league last year in his breakout season. And that void has to be filled, and one of the best players available on that team is Vassell. And I think when DeJounte was out, he actually was doing like 30 fantasy points per game, and that could easily rise to 35 this year, and you could get him later. So big fan of him. Do you guys have any other players?
I was interested in Jamal Morant, but I was kind of assuming that they have him listed as a first-round pick this year, and of course they do. So
you jumped in right. He's ranked 9.
Yeah, I would love to try and get him in the second round, but I don't know. A lot of people are probably going to.
Too many super fans already, so
I'm kind of slowly scrolling down here so people can see like the rankings.
Okay, yeah, and as you're going, Zach Gardner is pick number 2, Zach Sills is pick number 6, and I'm pick number 11.
And then Zach Sills, what's your kind of sleeper guy you're looking at possibly for this season, if you can?
Let's see. Well, first of all, Jake, I liked what you said about Vassell. With Murray being gone, I do agree that is a valuable player to have. So that, depending on like where he goes, would be a great asset. For me personally, so my opinion is that last year was the best, potentially be the best draft class ever, and I think a lot of those guys are going kind of late. Looking at like Sengun, I mean, let's see who else. I mean, Giddey, like potentially.
True.
I don't know, maybe 5th.
Suggs.
Mobley, maybe in the 4th. Scotty in the 4th. Like if you can get those guys for, I don't know, like a 4th round, that's pretty valuable.
For sure. You don't think any of them are regress at all? Or
I think they haven't even hit their prime. You know? Like that was their
That's
first
true.
year. So we'll
All
see.
right.
yeah, I like a lot of them. Cade Cunningham, I see at 41. Is there anybody above him from that draft class?
Cade is
Might be the
kind
top
of like
guy available
yeah,
from that
and
class.
I do agree with that. I do agree with that.
Yeah, I think he was first last year too, and I mean he showed it at the end of last year. He almost came back for Rookie of the Year after missing a couple months, so that's pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm. A lot of points, assists.
How do you guys feel about Jamal Murray this year? Or actually, we're gonna jump in. Zach, who are you thinking at number 2?
Uh, it's gonna be tough for me between Giannis and Luca. I think they're
Yep,
pretty.
that's
So
you get a tough pick. Dude.
I'm probably gonna go Giannis because I won 2 leagues with him last year, but
Yeah,
or
you had
I won I won 1 league
Jokic,
with him last year. I had Jokic in another.
the Office League.
Yeah.
Zach won both our leagues. Zach Sills. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, what a year.
All right, who are you going?
All right,
And
so
why?
looking at Giannis here, I just can't go wrong. Getting a power forward's a pretty thin position, so I just getting the best one and possible top fantasy player
Mm-hmm.
can't really go wrong. So
And I'll just add Luca misses some time every year so far, so Giannis is a little more trustworthy for fantasy. All right, Zach Sills, who are you thinking of pick 6?
Well, Zachy Gates just touched on it. I think that there are a lot more good point guards, shooting guards, just guards in general, kind of younger guys down the road that are good fantasy wise, more so than the value you would get out of like a first round pick here. So I'm thinking that the best case is a forward, but my pick was going to be LeBron. So I think I have to go with Cat or PG, and I'm gonna go Cat here.
I think that's a good pick.
Or forward or center, just larger guys here.
I enjoy fantasy basketball. It's definitely not my best sport. I mean, this is definitely
Oh my God!
Jake's
As you
realm.
won both years, both
I know, but
leagues.
I gotta say, you guys have such good insight and everything, way more than I could like talk about players. But I do like to chime in every now and then with my little personal stuff.
He
But
knows enough.
my one thing, I like to get big men with my first 2 rounds. If the board lays out right, I like to get the big men first, and then I like to do the guards, like sprinkle them in the rest of the time. But if you can get 2 really good big men with your first 2 picks, usually that you get a lot of double points and all of that. Usually that can carry you pretty far.
Definitely.
For sure. Yeah, it's really hard. One of the hardest positions to fill is small forward and shooting guard, I think. I think that point guard's the most stacked and center's the most stacked, so
I'm just saying every time my first 2 picks have been guards, I've never made the playoffs those years.
dang. Oh shoot. So I was hoping for James Harden to fall. I think he's had a top 5 fantasy year, almost 5 years in a row before last year. And I think this is a huge bounce back for him. So I was really excited about him. He was just taken before me, so
Bruh.
I think I have to. I know you guys are talking about big men, but I think I have to go John Morant here for the upside at pick 9. I think
That's a good one.
It was between him and Paul George, and just Paul George, I think, is almost more injury prone than Ja, so I'll go with the upside of the point guard.
You can still get Paul George with your second pick if you wanted.
That's true. It wrapped around. I thought somebody might take him, but they took Sabonis and Trae Young. So I wouldn't say that's accurate to your league, but yeah, I am going to take Paul George to fill in small forward there. I already filled in for point guard, and there's several point guards around here. So, and I could put Paul George at shooting guard, which is a steal.
Whoa.
All right, Zach Sills, you're next up at pick 19. Who are you thinking?
I mean, LaMelo is on my list, obviously, but feel unlikely that he'll be there. I also have Cade second round. And I am willing to go for Cade second round if LaMelo gets taken. A surprise,
to be sure, but a welcome one.
Yeah.
Where is he here at the rankings? Sorry, I don't.
They have him
LaMelo
pretty far
is
down
here. Yeah,
LaMelo,
Cade
yeah.
is far down, but
Okay.
I feel
wow,
like
Leo.
Cade's upside is very high, so I will go LaMelo here.
That's a good pick.
Nice.
You foul.
Yeah, I mean, super tall point guard. He's getting you extra stats because of that on either steals or rebounds. So, really good point guard fill in.
Yeah.
Oh, Kyrie, that's a wow.
So I'm kind of looking at like 3-4 guys here. I'm looking at Jimmy Butler, Siakam, DeRozan, and Mitchell. Those are kind of the guys I'm interested in right here.
Okay.
I just going off my big man thing. I think my first two picks of Giannis and Pascal Siakam would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty stacked.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling that. So I'm gonna go Siakam.
One of the most dependent players. He would have finished higher if he didn't miss the first month of the season last year. So
he's very consistent for sure. He gets you that 45 every game. Williamson's an interesting
he
one.
Averaged 40 last year, but
Williamson
still
just
very
went.
good.
I kind of like the upside of Williamson there. I think that's an interesting pick. I didn't see him ranked that high, but might be a good pick.
You went with the safer, reliable pick, and you can't play better. Who
Williamson
you got next?
Could be better. So now I'm going to look at maybe, because I mean, like Jake also said, small forward, or I think Zach said it. Maybe one of them said it. Small forward is pretty top heavy, so I'm going to try and fill because I can get guards. I'm not worried about filling out guard.
For sure.
Oh, it auto picked for me. It picked who I was going to pick anyway. I was going to pick Jimmy Butler.
No, you got DeMar.
Oh, I got DeMar. That's fine too. I was looking at him.
Still forward.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have taken Jimmy Butler as well, though, if you did pick him, because
I wanted Jimmy Butler.
He had a down year. DeMar had an upward year, and I think it's going to reverse back.
Yeah, so
Jimmy usually finishes better than that.
That's kind of a oopsie whoopsie on my part.
Oopsie whoopsie.
Oh my God.
All right, who's up here, Sills? What are you going next?
All right. So, let's see. Yeah, I got a center, a point guard. I'm looking for some type of a forward here. And honestly, I think the best available, he's back. The Claw.
Oh, yeah.
I know, Jake, you mentioned he's going to be out, but I will take
Is that for his thighs?
That's for his thighs, yeah.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Anybody's seen the new picture of Kawhi working out?
Kathai Leonard
injected some steroids into those things. I mean,
and Jake, you know how I like thighs. So,
or he's eating some Krabby Patties. I don't know, man. But I do like the pick.
Yeah.
And Zach Sills, you were gonna say that I don't like him that high because he rests sometimes, but it's still a reliable pick.
Yeah.
So I'm up, and I think I need to fill in a big man because I don't have one yet, and I'm a huge fan of Bam Adebayo.
Bam.
Man's a legend, and he had a down year last year where he wasn't as good on the defensive end, as dominant as he was in years past, and I think he bounces back this year. And he's still averaged 40 last year, but he can easily average around 43 or to 45 in fantasy points with the extra blocks. So I'm pretty pumped for him, and I don't get why Vukovic is ranked over him this year. That needs to be adjusted. And then next up, I'm fading Chris Paul this year. I don't think he's going to finish anywhere near 32, and some injuries are going to catch up with him because he is 37, 38 years old. So there's some other good guards like we've talked about, Cade Cunningham. I do like De'Aaron Fox, but he twists his ankle every year. I'm going Julius Randle. He had a breakout year, his breakout year 2 years ago. And then last year was a dud. He kind of fell off a bit, but I think he bounces back this year in a big way. And he kind of fell in the draft rankings because from last year he was a second round pick, and now he fell to fourth round. That's a steal to me. He could finish with third round to second round value.
I love that.
Wow, your starting four here is looking pretty damn good, Jake.
Mm-hmm.
If only it was the real competitive league we're in.
Yeah, right.
Because that league it's the most competitive fantasy league I'm in across all sports. And I say that with confidence.
All right, Zachy boy.
All right. Well, it's looking like the guy that I wanted at 2 just fell to 4. So I will more than happily get Cade Cunningham here. I think he's a great guard, and I think he just
Very
had
nice.
great production. So
Yeah, I like that. And I don't get why CJ McCollum's this high. Porzingis. This is a weird spot. ESPN will probably adjust their rankings in the next couple weeks because this is not
agreed.
looking very accurate to me.
So how are we feeling about Jamal Murray?
I do like him this year, but not this high.
Mm-hmm.
At 44, coming off of an injury, like he's going
Is
to
he going
start.
to be starting like right away?
He should be, yeah, because he almost came back in the playoffs.
Okay.
Go ahead, Zach.
Alrighty, I am up here. Oh man, if this works out, I'm going to be very happy. So I'm going to try for, I like this player. I need to fill out point guard. He's kind of fallen a little bit from where he's ranked, so it took him. I was going to take De'Aaron Fox, so that's what I was literally about to just pick. And then I'm hoping to get Brogdon on my turnaround.
Okay, why is that?
I'm a really big fan of Brogdon. I like what he does, and if he can stay healthy a whole year, he just fills out the stat sheet when he plays. So I'm a really big fan of him. He'll get you that 35, solidly every game, and I usually like what he does.
Hopefully he's starting. I am a little worried about that. Robert Williams is also out for 6 to 8 weeks now, so this should be downranked. That's another thing that's off. Yeah, Brogdon. So Boston has like 3 really good two-way guards now in Marcus Smart, Brogdon, and Derek White. So it really depends on which one's going to get more of the minutes, right? Because they all can do it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take the chance at least here. I'm gonna go Brogdon.
For
I'm gonna
sure.
fill out my starting 5.
Nice. And Sills, what's up?
let's see.
You gonna try and go for power forward here, or are you gonna just take best available?
I'm actually, I love Christian Wood. I think it's a lot of rebounds, a lot of points.
I'm usually more of a Mormon Wood guy, but that's just me.
I love that. But since I saw how good he did last year, I'm going Jonas Valanciunas here because
Nice.
he has great production.
He fell too.
Yeah.
It's getting to the point where it's like, okay, move it on along here.
Apparently, he's actually up from last year. He should have been up this high anyway, but he was a 10th round pick last year. It's insane, and he had a good year the year before. So, just disrespected.
Yeah, that's surprising.
It's a great pick. All right, I'm up here. Do I dare trust Ben Simmons?
Oh my!
I don't think so. Let's see. Wow, I really don't like this area. I am going to go Jalen Green. I think that fills in my starting 5.
Go.
He was having a great second half last year, and he was the 2nd overall draft pick in the NBA for a reason. And he's going to be the leader of that team, right?
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, I like it.
And it's wrapped back to me. I think. I'm a little stuck here. I am going. I'm gonna go with my gut. Take D'Angelo. I just didn't like that area. I didn't like Russell Westbrook or Klay Thompson. I didn't like Inferne Simons because he's only good when Damian Lillard's out, and Damian Lillard's back this year. Clint Capella's got plantar fasciitis in his foot, so I don't trust that. It's just a tough area of the draft, and D'Angelo Russell's the starting point guard on Minnesota, which is going to be a really good team this year. And yeah, that's kind of my justification, but I might not go him in the real draft. Ran out of time.
My boy Jaren Jackson was just taken. Ooh, Paolo Banchero is off the board. I was thinking about him.
Oh, nice.
Kind of early for him, but a good pick, though, I think. He's going to be Studley, I believe. I mean, damn, that's a thick-ass boy, you know? And he's going to be good.
Oh, yeah. He is on my list.
Sexy music there?
Oh, yeah, right.
Paolo's on my list as well as Giddy. So, and that's what I was saying about that
there he is, Giddy.
Last year.
Very nice. And then there goes Capella off the board.
Yeah, Giddy could have a breakout year.
Yeah.
If I was back at that pick, go ahead, Zach.
I am up. Okay, so So what's the news on Kelvin Johnson, Jake? Because I like him, but
he finished the year really strong, but the first half he was really bad and almost droppable. Yeah. So the jury's out. You know, I mean, now DeJounte Murray's not there, so it'll help his production a bit. So
I'm gonna take a chance on Tobias Harris here.
I would take Michael Porter if I was to redo because he's back.
And you think he's going to be good?
I do. I mean, he was a 4th-round pick last year before the injury happened, and he could easily get back to that production if he stays on the floor.
Because I also like OG Anunoby. He's a beast.
Yeah, great two-way guy. If you don't have a small forward or you're weak there, it's kind of like what you get. It's not like huge upside.
I'm going to go with the upside of Michael Porter, though.
I like that.
And he was ranked 69, so I like that.
Oh my gosh. Zach Sills, who you got?
Oh, let's see. I don't have a power forward.
Ooh.
On my list, I have John Collins. I think I might have to for the power forward, but I don't know if I can risk Sengun going. I may have to take Sengun here. I'm also looking at John Wall here.
John Collins might fall to you.
Yeah, I can't take the risk of losing Sengun.
Yeah.
Who is a starter now, by the way.
Wow. John Wall is a huge sleeper if he stays at 91.
Yeah, I agree. A great value.
I don't know if he will, though, before everybody's actually drafted. He might be ranked up. Dude's had a lot of rest on those legs, though.
I'm going to be interested to see how much these change from the time when we actually draft in 3 weeks.
For sure. So, I am going to go John Collins. I think he's the best player available right here.
I agree.
And
there you go.
He might have had a little bit of a down year last year, but he's still a beast, so I think he's ranked really low.
He was consistent. He was consistent.
He can average 40 fantasy points a game. Anyone who could still average that this low in the 80s is a steal.
Yeah.
So I probably will take John Wall on the wraparound here and have my backup point guard. Well, one of them, but the man can play. He does get injured sometimes, but he's been resting his body for 3 years. So I feel like he's got some studly season in him. I mean, what do you guys think?
Yeah. Oh, and then you went John Wall. I like it. I love that.
Yeah.
I was going to say, take John Wall there.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. Oh, what am I thinking? I thought you were still talking about John Collins.
Oh, no, John Wall.
Okay.
The man.
Yeah.
Sills, who you got?
Okay, I still need that power forward, unfortunately. So I put my faith in a lot of rookies last
big
year.
yikes.
Oh,
I put my faith in a lot of rookies last year, and I think I might do the same this year with Keegan Murray, the Kings. I think the guy is he's talented. Keegan Murray.
Nice. Solid pick. I don't know too much about him. Is he a rookie?
Summer league, he averaged 21.7 points, 7.4 rebounds, 1.4 assists, 1.7 blocks, plus
All right.
steals over 31.2 minutes. So
There's my man with the stats, everybody.
Love it.
Perfect. Right on
dude
cue.
looks good. It's just like, will Sacramento play him correctly? Because you can't trust him. But
So,
you hope.
do I go Jabari Smith Jr. here?
Oh yeah, that actually is not bad.
Cool.
I like Vassell. That's
Love
right
it.
there, though.
I love that pick.
Talk about.
And then I'm trying to go best available here, but I'm not really a big fan of this area right now.
Well, you lost Vassell, so that's just depressing. Marcus Smart is a starting point guard. Jeremy Grant is a starting power forward, small forward in Portland. I mean, you want to get the starters for sure.
All right.
Like Al Horford's a backup. Mike Conley's legs are done. Marvin Bagley's not that good. Sadiq Bey, the jury's out because he's very inconsistent.
Whoa.
I mean, Buddy Hield. I mean, what the hell is he doing here? You know,
I'm just going to go Jeremy
I
Grant
like
because you
that
said
pick
he's
a lot, dude. And
Okay.
next to Nurkic, Dame, that'd be the big three.
Okay.
And when he was on Detroit, he was averaging like 37 fantasy points a game.
All right, I'm up around 9. I'm looking at Lowry Markkinen, but I think he already went, right? Or is he still here? All right. We're
I don't
gonna go
think so.
Jaden. Yeah, we're gonna go Jaden Ivy as a handcuff for Cade, and just as a nice sixth man rookie.
All right.
He didn't like
Very
Suggs
cool.
here?
I do like Suggs. I do like Suggs. Let's just say that.
Okay.
Orlando's tricky.
That's true. But they invested in him.
Yeah.
I feel like their struggle is more the big men who they're going to play than the point guard. But
Actually, yeah,
Really
do have
you
some
are
guards
right. I think
too.
Suggs does have a lock on the 2 position. Probably should have gone him, but I like Ivy too.
I am going to go Suggs because he fell to me. Starting
pick.
point guard, they used a high pick on him. Like they're going to be playing him hopefully 35 to 40 minutes a night. And he's got the legs for it because he's young. So
Yeah.
go on him. Like at this point, if you see any starters, like you take the risk. Another one I really like is Trey Jones in San Antonio. Just like Devin Vassell, this is another guy who has a chance to get all those minutes when DeJounte Murray's gone. So you want to try to grab several of the Spurs players in your draft, not all of them, and see if you get the guy. Zach Sills, who do you got?
All right, let's see who's here. Okay, so Darius Baisley, I'm kind of liking he's starting. I'm pretty sure this year for OKC. I'm liking. I like Isaiah Stewart down there and Weissman down there, but they're pretty far down. They might come back around to me, so I think I'll go Darius Baisley for a little bit more depth in the forward spot.
You guys will have to fill me in. Why is Miles Bridges ranked so low after the year he had last year?
Where is he?
He's right here.
Oh, shoot. This is disrespectful.
I think there's some allegations, right?
Oh.
Oh, is there?
Are you sure?
I'm pretty
I'll go check that out. But he
Well, in the
averaged 40
meantime,
fantasy points a game last year, and it was the number 2 small forward.
yeah, okay. Well, I'm gonna go Miles Bridges because this is just a crime that he's so low. No pun
Well,
intended.
he might have committed a crime. Hearing for felony domestic violence has been rescheduled for a third time to September 29th, and his status for the season is up in the air.
Big yikes.
Bridges is unlikely to play in the preseason.
Well, as of right now, I mean,
Okay.
hell of a pick in the whatever round.
So it's a huge risk. Anybody who didn't know about his allegations, like us, if he does play the season, you got to steal and a league winner. If he doesn't, you wasted a pick, but you can recover.
I'm looking at guard here, guys. Who do you like at guard? I'm kind of thinking Oladipo is just like kind of like a upside pick.
I like Victor.
I don't, but
Oh well.
I hope he
There it is.
he does good, but I don't trust him in fantasy. I hope he can come back,
So,
but
if you
he'll
were
never
looking
be
for,
the Indiana Victor he was.
so if you were looking for guard there, Jake, who would you have taken at guard out of those
Spencer
guys?
Dinwiddie should be the starting point guard.
Dinwiddie.
Jalen Brunson is now has left, and they were splitting minutes, and now it's just Spencer. So they're going to give him a lot of time.
All right, I go Ben Mathurin here. I love rookies.
Oh,
and this guy's potentially in the starting lineup here, and great shooter.
Benedict.
So, yep.
Benedict Cumberbatch. We need that soundbite. All right, I like that.
Right.
I was really hoping Spencer was going to fall to me.
Team Gardner is up.
Yeah, so this is an area where you take some risks because, I mean, they're all kind of like, if you can get some consistent, let's see. I don't like Chris Boucher. I don't like Tort. God, I got 3 seconds. Oh, I'm going James Wiseman, starting center for Golden State.
Yeah, I mean, getting a starter this late, yeah.
And Draymond is slowly fading from relevancy because he's been struggling with injuries and his stats have been going down. So, gosh, really don't like this area, guys. I'm gonna go PJ Washington. Counterpoint to the guy being out or allegations. PJ will take a lot of those minutes and touches.
Yeah, that could be a good one.
Agreed. He was in my queue.
But we gotta. Oh dang! Yeah, we gotta wait to see what happens. But PJ was really good at the end of last year. It's just he couldn't figure it out early on. But the year before, he averaged over 30 fantasy points a game. So jury's still out, but he's done it before. It's not like this is a rookie, right?
Okay, Mo Bamba just went. I had Mo Bamba in my queue.
Yeah. All right. Next, filling up my bench here. I do have a lot of centers. I'm looking at Thomas Bryant for the Lakers. I'm looking at Schroeder for the Lakers as well, and also Clarkson. But I think I'm going to go Schroeder here, just because I need a little bit more depth at point guard.
For sure.
He's a good bet.
Nice.
Guarding too, I believe, at shooting guard.
Zach Gardner, who are you thinking, dude? You're up.
Oh man.
I could tell you a steal.
Okay.
Lonzo Ball is gonna have surgery again, so Caruso's available. Could be a starter.
What about Markelle Fultz? What do we think about him?
They're more invested in Jalen Suggs, but he could still be okay.
I think Suggs is playing the 2. Fultz is very likely to play the 1, starting 1, I believe.
I'm not okay. Suggs can shoot.
I think Fultz is a great value here. If you can get him.
Who'd you go first, Zach?
I just took Reggie Jackson.
Okay. He'll be the backup to John Wall. Or they'll play point guard and shooting guard. I don't know.
I'm just going to go Fultz here for the upside. So, cool.
Right. Sills, who's your last pick?
My last pick here. I'm looking. I'm kind of weak and forwards. There's not much, though. Kevin Love, I'm not even sure if he's starting. But, I mean, 13th pick, I mean, can really go either way. Can just be kind of a streamer. I will get Clarkson here, though, because he's just been great in the past as like a sixth man.
All right.
Without or what was his name? Donovan Mitchell. He's not there anymore, so he might get a little bit more run.
For sure. Okay, so
Bowl.
my last pick here.
Bowl.
Yeah, I am going to take Caruso because Lonzo's out from another surgery, and I can get a starter for at least 1 to 2 months, and he's still a good bench piece that can average 25 fantasy points even when Lonzo is back. But at the beginning of the year, I could just be dominating with the starter level as my last pick.
Hell yeah.
All right, so let's go over a run-through of each of our teams real quick before we close out.
All right, I have it on you right now, Jake. If you want to start, we'll go use Zach Sills and me.
All right. Jamal Murray at point guard, Jalen Green shooting guard, Paul George small forward, Julius Randle power forward, Bam Adebayo center, D'Angelo Russell guard, John Collins forward, John Wall, Jalen Suggs, Trey Jones as utility, James Wiseman, PJ Washington, Alex Caruso as my bench.
I like that.
Oh, pretty evened out. I just don't have a backup small forward, so I would have to address that during the season.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Or just try to work with it, but usually want to have at least 2 of each position.
Yeah, it seems like it's a very well-rounded team, though. I like that.
Yeah, you said small forward. You're hurting for yeah. I feel like that's always the case. It's hard to find small forwards.
Mm-hmm.
For me, starting point guard Lonzo, point guard shooting guard Cade. I know sometimes it switches throughout the year. I don't know if it'll stay that way, but apparently that's what it's at. Kawhi for my shooting guard, or small forward / power forward. And then I got Keegan Murray, power forward, Cat for my center.
Nice.
Josh Giddey for my guard, Darius Baisley for my forward, Valanciunas, Sengun as a utility, Ivy as a utility as well. And then on my bench, I got Mathurin, Dennis Schroeder, and Jordan Clarkson. So
nice.
Very, very nice. I like that. A lot of rookies, but
oh yeah,
sometimes those can be sometimes those can win you leagues because they
you never know.
Come out of the gates really good.
Yep, makes it fun.
Yeah, cool.
Sure.
Anything to add? Anything to say, Jake? Any notes?
Yeah, I mean, the rookie thing for me, I'm always scared to go too many rookies. I might grab 1 or 2, but other than that, I really like the team.
Yeah.
Cool. And then I'll run down mine real quick here. Point guard, De'Aaron Fox. Shooting guard, Malcolm Brogdon. Small forward, DeMar DeRozan. Power forward, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Center, Pascal Siakam. Then I got guard, Victor Oladipo. Forward, Tobias Harris. Michael Porter Jr., Javon Smith Jr., or Jabari Smith Jr., and Jeremy Grant as my utilities. And then I got Miles Bridges, Reggie Jackson, and Markelle Fultz as my bench. And yeah, it seems like it's a decent team. I don't have any actual centers, but I got a lot of guys that can play center. So
yeah, that team is nice.
Nice.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah, I'd say if you can get one more junior on your team, that'd be great.
Yeah, a lot of juniors. Yeah, but Cool. Good draft. Hopefully this was.
Yeah, if you did actually grab Jimmy Butler instead of DeRozan because you wouldn't be, talking on a podcast, I think that would make it even better to me. And
Yeah, I
obviously
really
you would
wanted
have.
Jimmy, but I think DeMar's fine, but
Yeah,
I was really
nothing wrong
going
with
for Jimmy there. So just imagine this
Mhm.
team had Jimmy Butler as my small forward instead of DeMar, and that's
Mhm.
what I wanted to build. But
Yeah, love that.
Oopsie
And you-
whoopsie.
And if Miles Bridges gets to play this season, dude, that's
Yeah, it's
your
a steal.
team gives you, especially in like a
Yeah.
competitive 12-team league, like that's a huge steal. He finished so well last year. My God.
Yeah, so I'm
All right.
kind of hoping. I'm hoping there's some more information on that in 3 weeks when we do our actual draft. But we'll find all. We'll find it out. Our investigative journalists are on the case, so we'll have that information for you guys next week.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, that'll do it. Our first mock draft of the off season. Zach Sills, your first podcast episode with us. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
It was fun, man.
That was a lot of
Great
fun.
time. I love mocks.
That really flew by. But
Definitely. Can't wait for the real one.
yeah, we're gonna do next week for the listeners. We're gonna do a sleepers episode and breakout episode, and well, the same episode, and then we're gonna do another mock draft in 2 weeks. So if you want to come back on for that, Sills, you're more than welcome.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, you're more than welcome to come back.
Well,
we're
anytime,
always-
really.
Yeah.
Anytime, yeah. We're always happy to have guests on whenever it works out with your schedule. You can hop on whenever.
Cool. Yeah, I'd love to.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right.
Well, everybody, nice warm welcome to Zach Sills, and I think it was a very good time having you on here. Thank you for doing that, and as always, everyone, leave a like, comment, and hit that thick subscribe button. So you can get notified when all our new episodes drop. And while you're at it, go over to social media, give us a quick little follow. We got Facebook, facebook.com/Garden of Sports Podcast. We have Instagram, instagram.com/Garden of Sports. And we have Twitter, twitter.com/GOSPod2021. Go give us a follow. You won't regret it. It'll be super fun. And we'll catch you all back here next week with a fresh new episode. Take care, everybody.
Yep. Thank you.